Hello, Raiders fans. Today's video is packed with exciting updates, and you're going to want to stick around for all of it. If you're not interacting with this video, it's almost like you're missing out on the true essence of what it means to be part of the silver and black. So make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because today we're diving deep into the latest and most anticipated draft pick for the Raiders, the 6th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. And let me tell you, this one's a game changer. The pick? A running back from Boise State. And, in my opinion, this is a pick that's going to turn heads. When I first saw the draft, I was thinking about other positions, other players. But when you look at the talent this guy brings to the table, you realize why the Raiders went in this direction. It's not just a strategic move, it's a statement. A statement that they're looking for explosive talent, someone who can make an immediate impact. This wasn't just about filling a position, it was about getting a future star, and that's exactly what they've done. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. The Raiders went for a running back with the 6th pick? That's a bold move. And you're right, it is bold. But when you look at the circumstances, you can see why it was the right choice. The rumors surrounding the 6th pick were swirling. A lot of people were predicting the team would go for a defensive player or perhaps a wide receiver, but this running back stood out from the rest of the class. A pick like this shows the Raiders are building something special. When you evaluate this pick, let's be honest, most of us can't give it anything less than an A. The team just took the best running back in the draft, and you can't argue with that. Last season, this guy was an absolute powerhouse, racking up 374 carries for over 2,600 yards and 29 touchdowns. I'm telling you, this is the type of player that brings excitement to a fan base. His numbers speak for themselves, and the Heisman Trophy? Yeah, he deserved it. But it's not just about the stats. What really sets this running back apart is his mentality. He's got the discipline, the work ethic, and the attitude that you want a Raider. He's been through the grind, and it's clear he's ready for the next level. His military background brings a level of focus and determination that you just can't teach. This is someone who's going to work hard day in and day out, no matter the challenge. And when it comes to talent, this guy has in spades. He's got the vision, the burst, and the balance to make defenders miss. And he can take a hit and keep going. He's also great at making plays after contact, which, let me tell you, is a rarity. He breaks tackles like no one else in this draft class. But don't get it twisted, this guy's no one-trick pony. I know some people might be skeptical about his receiving ability, but let me set the record straight. This guy can catch the ball. He had over 500 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns last season, and that's not something you see every day from a running back. So, for those of you who are thinking he's just a bruiser, think again. This guy is a complete back who can contribute in every phase of the game. I've been following the Raiders for a long time, and it's been a while since I've felt this good about a draft pick. I think back to when the team made their pick last season. I had a similar feeling of confidence, and I can already tell that this guy is going to be special. But it's not just about the talent. It's about what this pick means for the future of the team. The Raiders are clearly building something here, and it's not just about filling positions. It's about taking the best available player, someone who's going to contribute right away and elevate the team to new heights. And that's exactly what this running back is going to do. When you look at his numbers and compare them to others in the draft, there's no denying he was the best option available. The Raiders had plenty of options, but they went with a guy who can help them immediately, and that's the right choice. But don't just take my word for it. This guy's tape speaks for itself. Watch how he moves, how he accelerates through the hole, how he fights for every yard. Watch how he plays with that chip on his shoulder, that intensity. That's the Raider way. This pick isn't just about making a good choice for today. It's about setting the team up for long-term success. The Raiders aren't just looking for a flash in the pan. They want a player who's going to be around for years to come, someone who could be the cornerstone of the offense. And with this pick, they've done just that. They found someone who's not just going to contribute for a season or two. They found someone who's going to be a key part of the team for the long haul. And for those of you wondering how he fits into the overall plan, let's talk about that. This pick makes sense. The Raiders have made strides in improving their offensive line, and now they've added a player who can take full advantage of those improvements. With this guy in the backfield, the offensive line is going to look even better, and that means more explosive plays, more scoring opportunities, and ultimately more wins. I'm telling you, Raiders fans, this is the kind of move that shows the team is serious about competing. They're not just trying to put a team together, they're building a contender. And this running back is going to be a huge part of that. So, get ready, because the Raiders just made a pick that's going to make a difference for years to come. And to wrap things up, I want to leave you with this. The Raiders didn't just pick a running back. They picked a game changer. This is the kind of player who can come in and turn the tide of a season. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like the Raiders are headed in the right direction. This draft is just the beginning, but it's a damn good start. So let me know what you think in the comments. Was this the right pick? Are you excited to see this guy in silver and black? I know I am. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, stay loyal, Raiders Nation. As we continue to break down the impact of this incredible draft pick, it's important to look beyond just the player's individual skills. The Raiders have made a strategic decision that goes far beyond filling a hole on the depth chart. They've secured a foundational piece for the future of the offense. And when you look at the direction this team is headed in, this pick starts to make even more sense. Think about it. In today's NFL, a team's success is often determined by how well they can run the ball. The passing game has become the focal point for many offenses, but we all know that the best teams are those who can balance their attack. And that's exactly what the Raiders are setting themselves up to do. When you add a running back of his caliber to an already strong offense, you're giving yourself the ability to control the tempo of the game. This pick isn't just about adding another piece to the puzzle. It's about giving the offense the flexibility it needs to be successful against any defense. We saw last season how important it is to have a running back who can carry the load. Josh Jacobs did an excellent job for the Raiders, but there were moments when the offense lacked that extra spark. Sometimes, you need a player who can break off a big run, someone who can take the game into their own hands when the chips are down. That's exactly the kind of impact this new running back is going to have. He's a difference maker in every sense of the word. His ability to find gaps and accelerate through them is remarkable, and with the offensive line improving year after year, he's going to have the perfect environment to succeed. Another thing to keep in mind is how this pick changes the dynamics within a locker room. Leadership is such a critical element for any successful team, and this new player is going to step into a situation where the locker room already has a solid core of veterans. But leadership isn't just about the players who've been there the longest. It's about the guys who can step up and make their mark right away. This rookie running back has the mentality of a leader, and it's clear from his background that he doesn't shy away from responsibility. He's been a leader on every team he's been on, from high school to college, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to quickly gain the respect of his teammates. But leadership goes beyond just vocal presence. It's also about leading by example. And when you watch this guy on the field, it's clear that he's the type of player who's going to put in the extra work. The running back position is all about preparation and conditioning, and that's something this guy excels at. He's known for his work ethic, his attention to detail, and his ability to take care of his body. That's exactly the kind of attitude the Raiders need. With the work ethic this player brings, he's going to inspire the entire team to work harder, to be more disciplined, and to put in that extra hour in the gym or on the field. Let's talk about how his style of play complements the Raiders' offensive scheme. We all know that head coach Josh McDaniels has a reputation for designing versatile and creative offensive schemes. His ability to adapt to his players' strengths has always been one of his trademarks. This running back fits perfectly into McDaniels' system. He's not a one-dimensional player. He can do it all, whether it's running between the tackles, bouncing it outside, or catching passes out of the backfield. He has the skills to be effective in all areas. This opens up so many possibilities for McDaniels, who can now keep defenses guessing. When you have a player who can threaten both the ground game and the passing game, it forces defenses to be on their toes. What's even more exciting is how this pick addresses the Raiders' long-term needs. There's no doubt that the team has been building for the future, and this running back is going to be a cornerstone of that future. You look at teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, who have been so successful because of their ability to build around young, talented players. The Raiders are on that same path. They're not just looking to win now. They're looking to sustain success. And by securing a player of this caliber, they've set themselves up for years of dominance in the running game. Of course, no draft pick comes without some level of risk. It's always a gamble, and there's no way to predict exactly how any player will transition to the NFL. But when you look at this player's track record, his physical tools, and his mindset, it's hard to imagine a scenario where he doesn't succeed. The Raiders didn't just take a flyer on a prospect. They took a player who is ready to step in and contribute immediately. There's no developmental period here. This is a plug-and-play guy who is going to hit the ground running. One thing that sets this pick apart from others in recent years is the Raiders' ability to target the right player at the right time. There's no doubt that this running back was the best player available, and there were no guarantees that he would fall to the Raiders at the 6th pick. But the team didn't hesitate. They saw the opportunity and took it. They didn't overthink it. They just took the best player who could help them right away. This kind of decisiveness is something the Raiders have been lacking in recent years, but it's a trait that is crucial for a team that wants to compete at the highest level. And let's not forget the fans. Raiders Nation is one of the most passionate fan bases in all of sports, and this pick is going to have them buzzing. When you get a player who can electrify the stadium every time he touches the ball, it brings a new energy to the team. The excitement that this draft pick brings to the fan base cannot be overstated. Every time this running back breaks a big run, you're going to hear the roar of the crowd, and that kind of atmosphere is contagious. It's what drives the team, what fuels their desire to win. And in the NFL, nothing is more important than creating that type of environment. As we wrap up this breakdown of the Raiders' big draft pick, I want to leave you with this thought. This is the kind of move that defines a franchise. When you look back at the history of great teams, they've always had a player or two who could take the game into their own hands. And that's exactly what the Raiders have just added. This isn't just about one draft pick. It's about the future of the franchise. This running back is the player who's going to change everything for the Raiders. He's going to help take this team to the next level. So buckle up, because the Raiders are just getting started. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think this was the right pick for the Raiders? How do you see this running back fitting into the offense? And of course, if you haven't done so already, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Until next time, stay loyal, Raiders Nation. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning move that has set the entire NFL abuzz, Tyreek Hill, one of the league's most electrifying wide receivers, is heading to the Las Vegas Raiders. Known for his blistering speed, dazzling agility, and big play potential, Hill's arrival marks a new chapter in the Raiders' quest to reclaim their place among the league's elite teams. The Raiders, a franchise that has often been defined by its high-octane offense and penchant for bold moves, have struck gold in acquiring Hill. The addition of the 5-time Pro Bowler brings a significant upgrade to their receiving core, which already includes talented playmakers. Hill, who spent the early part of his career with the Kansas City Chiefs, is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous weapons in the NFL. His ability to stretch defenses, create separation, and make explosive plays will give the Raiders' offense a new dimension. For the Raiders, this signing is a clear statement of intent. After several seasons of fluctuating success, the team is eager to make a deep playoff run, and Hill's acquisition is a move that could propel them into serious contention. Quarterback Derek Carr, who has seen his fair share of highs and lows with the Raiders, now has a top-tier target in Hill, providing him with an explosive option to complement his existing receiving weapons. The chemistry between Carr and Hill could be a game-changer, especially with Hill's unique ability to change the course of a game with just one play. The Raiders' front office, led by General Manager Dave Ziegler, deserves credit for pulling off this high-profile acquisition. In an era where wide receivers are in high demand, landing a player of Hill's caliber is no small feat. The move also sends a message to the rest of the NFL that the Raiders are fully committed to building a championship-caliber roster. Hill's signing is a potential game-changer for the Raiders, but also shifts the balance of power in the AFC West. With the Chiefs, Denver Broncos, and Los Angeles Chargers all boasting competitive rosters, the Raiders have added a key piece to their puzzle in their pursuit of division dominance. Hill's deep threat capability could have a lasting impact on the Raiders' ability to compete with their rivals, especially in the high-scoring shootouts that have become a hallmark of the AFC West. As the 2025 season draws near, excitement around the Raiders is palpable. Fans have been energized by the news of Hill's signing, with many believing that this could be the year the team finally breaks through and becomes a serious Super Bowl contender. The addition of Hill, coupled with a talented roster, has given the Raiders faithful a reason to believe that the franchise is on the cusp of something special. With Tyreek Hill now in the fold, the Las Vegas Raiders are primed for a thrilling season ahead. Hill's elite speed, game-changing ability, and undeniable talent have the potential to elevate the entire team. The Raiders' offense is about to get a whole lot more dangerous, and the NFL should brace itself for the impact Hill is set to make in his new home. As the Raiders celebrate this massive acquisition, the NFL world will be watching closely to see just how much of an impact Hill can have on the Silver and Black's playoff aspirations. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.